Hey guys, this is Jen DeLeon with Ski TV, and sitting right next to me is K.Michelle. How are you doing today?
Hello, how are you? I'm good.
I'm good. So I want to first talk to you about Rebellious Soul. It's turning into a musical, and it's going to be on VH1, so that's amazing. Can you first tell us how that came about?
Wow, I had this idea to turn my album into a musical so people could better understand the album. And I presented it to the label, and they were like, you have a little bit too much time on your hands. But yeah, I turned every song into a conversation. And I'm really good friends with Mr. Idris Elba. And I talked to him about it, and he was like, I'm in. And we came up creatively with the best way to shoot this and make it unique and different and make it relatable to, you know, all demographics.
The album is great, and even just reading through your lyrics, I really wanted to talk to you about that. I feel like you are always speaking about things that we can all relate to, which you don't find much. So what I did was I chose a couple tracks from the album. And I'm going to ask you a question relevant to that. I Don't Like Me. So in the song, it was a lot about self-esteem. So as a woman, what advice do you have for those who sometimes find themselves having low self-esteem, and how do they build that confidence back?
I think everybody, every woman, every man, at some point in their life has low self-esteem. That record was taken from a moment in time where, you know, I was going through a lot, and I was questioning myself as a woman and questioning just myself. So that record is very vulnerable, but I feel like a lot of people can relate to it.
Oh, definitely. So what advice do you have for those to help overcome the times where they have low self-esteem and build that confidence back?
Basically, you just have to learn to know that you are made perfect. And even though there's things about ourselves that we alter and we don't like, ultimately you are the only one of you. And when people go through low self-esteem and depression, that's really, it's really a chemical imbalance. It's really almost like a sickness. So I just tell them to seek the best help, because you know when something is wrong.
Next one, hate on her. We see this a lot. I think women are always hating on other women. I too am guilty of that, but sometimes we don't realize that sometimes it's not their fault, and it's really not. So why do women always hate on each other?
That's why I did the record Hate on Her, because this record is basically saying I can't even hate on her. Like, because I know you're no good. Like, you know, I know what you're capable of doing. A lot of times you want to attack the woman about being with their man when you should really ask your man, why was he even around? And I took it from that perspective when I was writing Hate on Her. That perspective was, you can't hate on, I can't even hate on her because I know you got no heart.
When I get a man, so we already talked about how you can't make a man be a man, and you say when you finally get a man, why do women settle for the guys that we are not supposed to be with?
I settle. Sometimes I get tired. I think everybody is scared of lonely, honestly. Everybody wants that love. We all bleed the same blood, and I say we all need the same love. And we get so impatient to find that love that we settle, and we date people to compensate when you should be finding the love from yourself. And that's me. That's my journey right now. That's something I'm personally battling with.
Finding love within yourself.
Love within myself, and being impatient and just, you know, not dating anything.
With your relationships, what is the one lesson that you really, like, you would want all women, if they watch this interview, you would want them to take away and learn from you based off experience?
My daddy always told me, if a man wants you, nothing will keep him away from you. Men are hunters. They go after what they want. And if you have to go back and forth with the situation, then it probably isn't. Like, I feel like I'm going through that now. Like,
what do you think that time frame is, like, for?
It ain't no time frame. If he wants you, he wants you. Like, all of this back and forth, and ain't nobody got time for that. Bye, Felicia. Nobody's doing that. So I just feel like I would tell these women and tell my fans, you know, when it's right, you'll know. And a lot of times if you have to think and force, you know, it'll eventually end, but you have to get out of your own way.
Those were all my questions. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on all your success. And everyone, make sure you catch Rebellious Soul, K.Michelle the Musical, August 19th?
Yes, 19th. Coming on, and make sure you catch my reality show. My own reality show airs on VH1 November 3rd.
You're taking over.
Yeah,
all the
Queen
TV.
VH1.
So high five.
Before we knew about them, you know? Like back in 2006, 2005, you know?